Welcome. I'm Ed Gargas.
And I'm Bill Straw.
We're the YAC sports team. Tonight we're here again live at Charles Bland Stadium, Dexter High School, where the Perryville Pirates have come to town and faced the Dexter Bearcats in it looks like the second round, or not the second round, but second week of the Dexter district preliminaries. I guess is how you might want to say that, Bill.
Yeah, that
district play. We're getting the correct terminology from the Q-man there, so thanks, Tyler. But either way, thanks, Bill. We got cards in the back now. So either way, this is going to be our last live broadcast for this season. We'll be back next year, barring, well, we're not even going to go there. So either way, we've had a lot of fun. Hope you guys have enjoyed the broadcast. It's going to be a wonderful, beautiful night for football tonight. A little bit on the Bearcats. Had a tough week of it last week against New Madrid County Central.
Yeah, they came out really strong last week. Drove it down the field. Really looked like they were on fire. Had a couple things go wrong. The momentum switched on them, and they just never was able to recover. So they got to come out tonight with that same enthusiasm,
yes,
and come after the Perryville Pirates, and then they got to capitalize on mistakes made by the Pirates, or just the momentum, and to gain that control and then sustain that control all the way through all four quarters.
Absolutely. Perryville is coming off their first win of the season, if I understand the record correctly. They beat Kennett last week 9-6, I believe, up on their home field and stuff. So they're excited. Yeah. They're building their momentum. So with them having one win, obviously tonight, if they were to get past the Bearcats victorious, they're going to be in the cat's-bird seat for second place in the district. And assuming New Madrid's going to get past Kennett tonight, not to slight my hometown there in Kennett or anything, but New Madrid just looked to be a great team last week against us.
Well, this might, really set up for a great game tonight. Perryville Pirates with a great defense, obviously keeping this team down to 6 points. You got the high explosive offensive attack with Dexter coming into this. I think we're going to see a great game tonight. Very exciting, and right down to the wire.
Let's hope so. And so, again, like we've been talking about all year, Dexter come out with the intensity, which we have seen very well in the first quarter of just about every game we played. Dexter has come out with the intensity, and while they maintain the lead, they maintain that intensity going after. We saw that against Malden, saw it again against Crothersville. So hopefully, maybe the case, at least for the Bearcats, that they can get that lead early and not get in a position where they're down, then it ought to be a good night of football for the Bearcats. But more importantly, in the event they find themselves in a tight situation or a close game, then they just got to remember, hey, they're still in it. They played the whole game against St. Genevieve. They had to play the whole game against Crothersville. So if they can do that same kind of intensity, we ought to see a victorious Bearcats tonight coming out of Charles Bland Stadium.
Oh yeah, and starting that year out, Coach Bixley had a lot of youth, and throughout the season we have seen them mature, yes. And we're down to the last two games of the regular season, and these kids have come around full circle. I think they'll be able to come out here and show that maturity on the field. And again, I really look for an exciting game tonight.
Same here, Bill. Well, we're getting the cue from the cameraman there, so we're going to take a quick break, and as you get to see the Dexter starting lineups here, and we'll be right back. Thank you much.
Number 7, Ben Mills, senior, quarterback. Number 10, Gary Summers, senior, wide receiver, defensive back.
Number 32, Wesley McCullough, senior, running back and linebacker.
Number 41, Ward Hager, junior, tight end, defensive end.
Number 35, Aaron Mace, junior, fullback.
Number 55, Brandon Moore, sophomore, offensive guard.
Number 60, Ethan Morgan, senior, center.
Number 70, Jacob Willinger, junior, offensive tackle.
Number 78, Zach Lacey, sophomore, offensive tackle.
Number 81, Ryan Wyndham, senior, wide receiver. defensive back. Number 10, Gary Summers, senior, wide receiver, defensive back.
Number 11, Hunter Bruce, senior, linebacker.
Number 24, Jake Cox, junior, defensive back.
Number 32, Wesley McCullough, senior, running back and linebacker.
Number 44, Austin Featherston, junior, receiver and linebacker.
Number 35, Aaron Mace, junior, fullback and linebacker.
Number 64, Dylan Sandlin, junior, defensive tackle.
Jake Lee, sophomore, defensive end, tight end.
Okay, we're back. That was the starting offense and defensive lineups for the Dexter Bearcats. Bill, I believe you had the Pirates starting lineups. You want to go ahead and get those for us?
Sure will, Ed. Starting on the offensive line, and or I should say for the offensive team of Perryville Pirates, be number 4, or quarterback number 4, Kirk Hadler. Tailback number 10, Garrett Flinge. Fullback number 51, Caleb Ferries. Wideout number 7, Ryan Cassinger. Wideout number 7, I believe that's a typo on that, will be wideout Jason Threat. Tight end number 2, Andrew Martin, also captain. Center number 62, Blake Telly. Right guard number 78, Tyler Brown. Left guard number 54, Ben Steinard. Right tackle number 77, Jack Meyer, also captain. Left tackle number 55, Dane Volker. That completes it for the offensive side for Perryville Pirates, Ed.
Good deal. Well, we just saw the Bearcats run out on the field there. Bill, if you got a second here, I've been a little lax. I have not been diligent in announcing and giving credit to the Dexter Bearcat cheerleaders.
Well,
so that was brought to my attention this afternoon, so I owe them a big apology. They've been here just like we have, except out in the elements on every game. But we just want to say thanks for what they do. Bearcat cheerleaders this year are Amanda Cooper, Emily Darnell, Taylor Huckel, Riley Jones, Taylor Martin, Sydney Reinhardt, Tori Seaball, Sarah Tolbert, Megan Throwata, Miranda Warner, Jamie Wilburn, and Jansen Wilson. So thanks to those cheerleaders and what they do and getting the crowd into the games and keeping them motivated and excited about what's going on out on the field.
Yeah, the one young lady, her grandmother lives in Campbell, Missouri. She watches this live, and she really enjoys being able to see her granddaughter on the television there, Ed. And also just point out again that you can catch this repeat at 4 o'clock on Sunday on YHC TV, or you can catch it on the webcast, yhctv.com. And right now, I guess we have some live, it's going out live right now on the website. And I know of a group of people up in St. Paul, Minnesota watching this live. Happens to be my sister, my mother, and nieces, and a brother-in-law. So they're enjoying this. And I know we have a lot more throughout the country and actually outside of the continental USA.
But and we see the marching Bearcats coming around the field. That stuff. So barely hear it. Did you see the captains? And it looks like we got all the seniors out on the field for their last home game here at Charles Blanch Stadium. Real quick, while we're watching the referees prep for the toss, going through the little handshakes and courtesies and things, I want to remind you that kickoff is brought to you by Pizza Hut here in Dexter, Missouri, located at 1113 West Business 60. You can call them at 624-5333, or you can order online. They're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to midnight. They serve pizza, Tuscany pastas, sandwiches, salad bar, and Wing Street wings, appetizers, and fried apple pies. They have a lunch buffet Sunday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., and Wednesday evening from 5 to 8 p.m. The buffet features all-you-can-eat pizza, pasta, salad, and cinnamon rolls. You can dine in, carry out, even have delivery in a limited area, or for your convenience, you can pick up at the drive-thru window. Also want to remind you that they'll be featuring the live broadcast and the replay of the Dexter Bearcat football games on the TVs in the restaurant. That's America's favorite pizza, Pizza Hut.
Well, we're getting a decision here, Ed.
Looks like the Bearcats will receive.
Well, the Perryville Pirates will be going on the defense first, and I'll go ahead and give that starting defensive lineup quickly, Ed. Defensive tackle number 77, Jack Meyer. Defensive tackle number 78, Tyler Brown. Defensive end number 51, Caleb Ferries. Defensive end number 6, Mitchell Lukeford. Nose guard number 62, Blake Telly. Middle linebacker number 2, Andrew Martin. Outside linebacker number 17, Ryan Kassinger. Outside linebacker number 25, Jeff Bowman. Also captain. Defensive back number 22, Jared Hotop. Defensive back number 24, Lee Thacton. Safety number 12, Cal Regius. I'm going to have to get a correct pronunciation on that name.
Riegelsparger.
Riegelsparger. Okay. I appreciate that.
Looks like we're going to have Jake Cox deep to receive for the Bearcats. Wes McCullough and looks like number 30, Josh Overall also, and then kind of the up back will be 33, Nick Summers. So here we get, with the Bearcats receiving the ball, Bill, it's a great opportunity to get out and get that first score, put themselves on top, make the Perryville Pirates play from behind all night. As we've seen, that's been a key to the Dexter Bearcats' success when they've been successful on the field, is when they've had the lead mostly. And so here you see Cox with the run back. He's going to get down to about the 32-yard line of the Bearcats, where he's brought down, it looks like, by number 4 and number 17, 4 being Kirk Hadler and 17 being Ryan Kassinger for the Perryville Pirates.
Well, the Dexter all year long has had some great returns. They've done really great on special teams, and we see there they starting off in a great field position. Like they've done all year long. It's as we've always watched for them. They need to come out. They need to take advantage, get the momentum going their way.
Well, it looks like the Pirates were ready for that one. They've probably been watching the game film. Bearcats have had some success with that the last couple of weeks. And
middle linebacker number 2, Andrew Martin, read the counter tray on the trap. Basically, their defensive line reduced down, linebacker field, nowhere to go. Just met up with those trap men and gave them no place to open up.
There, McCullough with a great run off right tackle, brought down by number 12, Cale Riegelsparger for the Pirates, but looks like right at the first down marker.
Well, I
didn't see a signal yet, Bill, but
yeah, that was a great job on the offensive line. They had they had a down block, kick out, basically a little kick out screen block, and he caught the seam and he was gone.
So it's going to be a first down for the Dexter Bearcats. Great run by McCullough, just great execution on the part of the offensive line there for the Bearcats as well. Slaving's on the inside dive for about 3.
A little inside veer play, and Perryville Pirates, they responded pretty good to that. Still getting about 3 yards out of that carry. Perryville's coming out with a basic 5-3 look and really attacking well.
Pass complete to Hedrick. So Morgan getting into the ball game early. Nice rollout by Mills. Good pass, and Morgan, he likes to get the ball in his hands, and he ducks that head, and he just heads upfield. And he's kind of like Wes McCullough. The defense knows they made a tackle when they bring Hedrick down.
Last couple of weeks we've, last week or last few games we should say, Morgan's been coming on pretty strong. He's a very intense individual.
There, McCullough tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Well defended by the Pirates. Well, unfortunately, as you recall a couple weeks ago, there was a little incident, the personal foul on the play, and Hedrick didn't get to play last week.
Yeah,
so he's fired up and he's ready to play some basketball. And as our good friend Jason Comfort likes to say, he likes to bring the wood.
Yeah, from a coaching view, I thought that was just a little too much by the officials on that.
Mills looking for Wyndham, just slightly overthrown. Play defended there by number 22, Jared Hotop.
Well, with Wyndham, he's always a threat. If he gets the opportunity to get just a little bit of a hand on that ball, anything can happen. But what I'm seeing right now of the Pirates is they're reading that G scheme and the trapping type plays, and they're reading them great, and they're shutting them down by attacking your trap men head up and basically staying flat along that line.
There's Wyndham across the middle, complete. Or are they going to call it an incomplete? It isn't complete, but it looked like he had it, and as he came around, defense got the hand in there and just kind of jerked the ball right out of there. So
I really thought he was going to build.
Almost a great catch by Ryan.
Yeah, and we've seen that all year with him making some super catches out there on that field and really giving life to the team in situations like what they were just in, third down, long situations. He just wasn't able to just bring it in.
Dylan Acevedo back to punt. It's a high kick. Takes the Bearcat bounce. It's going to be down just the Bearcat side of the Pirate 10-yard line. So with 9 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the first quarter, the Pirates will take over at their 10.
Well, that was a great punt, and buried the Pirates back deep. Now the Pirates are going to have to come out. We'll get a chance to see what they're going to bring to them. We should expect to see Dexter Bearcats defense really coming after them. They've played aggressive at times, and this is one of these times where they've got an opportunity, if they can get a 3 and out here,
yes,
to find themselves in a short field off the punt.
Inside handoff there to, I believe that's number 7 on the carry, Jason Threat.
Perry's the ball carrier. He was brought down under 45, Sean Slavens. Second and 6 for the Pirates.
Well, the Pirates are getting off that line pretty hard, so Dexter's going to have to stay lower. They're going to have to attack. They don't want to give up too many more yards like that each carry.
I think the Bearcats heard you, Bill.
Yeah, that was a great response
execution
on that.
by the defense there. So.
Well, you had better flow there. They got off the ball a little better. They had great flow. Linebacker crew got some great reads there. Was able to come up and fill a little better.
So it brings up 3rd and 5 from the 15. Okay, so quarterback Kirk Hadler under center. Wishbone formation. Looking to keep it himself, where he is met by the left side of the Dexter Bearcat line. Looks like he's going to be short of the first down. Bring up 4th down. It looks like the punt team's coming on the field.
Yeah, never underestimate having a good punter. Like I said, it was a great punt by Dexter. Got him down deep in, the Pirates' own territory. Now the Pirates got to kick, punt back out.
So that'd be Mitchell.
Deep in their own territory. Should give Dexter a short field.
Be Mitchell Lukafar back to punt. Low kick. Jake Cox. He's got some space. So he picks it up now. Flag on the play, though, but return by Jake Cox there for about 10 yards to the Pirate 42, 43-yard line. We'll see what the call is. Going to be holding on the Bearcats, so it's going to bring the run back a little bit.
Well, they had themselves set up to start out and then get a flag like that, and still giving them a decent field position to start in, Ed. Of course, we've seen throughout the year that at any point Dexter can come out, they can attack well, and strike pretty fast.
So it looks like after the penalty, they're going to be Bearcat football on their own 39 with 7:08 to go here in the first quarter. Mills under center, I formation, McCullough at the I back. McCullough with about a 6-yard run out to the 45. Great hard run. You heard the helmets clacking.
Yeah, there's, right now, there's some great intensity from both sides right now. These guys have come out, the Pirates and the Bearcats have come out to play some hard-nosed football. As we talked about earlier, the Pirates got their first win last week. I'm sure they'd like to see it keep going. Dexter's still looking for that hunt in the district playoffs. And
inside handoff to the fullback, Mace. He scrambles for about another 4. Bring up 3rd and short.
It appears to me that at this point, if this continues, each offensive group's going to really have to earn each yard they get here. Both defensive, sides have come out playing it tough. So this game is shaping up exactly what I thought it might be.
Mills with the keeper, right up the middle, going to be good for the first down. Brought down by number 62, Blake Telly. Okay, so with just under 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter, kind of like what I'm seeing out of the Bearcats so far, Bill.
Yeah, they're being, in that first drive Bearcats had, they were just basically one catch away from continuing the drive, but they came out strong on defense.
There's Mills. He's got Summers. It's for about a 49-yard gain. Summers on the reception, brought down at about the 1-yard line of the Pirates. So it's a great pass. Summers saw it coming, got a couple of steps on the defense, had to hold up for the ball a little bit. And,
well, with Summers,
but just kept his concentration on the ball.
Well, a couple weeks ago we saw Summers really, get a lot going on offensively. They went to him a lot. He got Wyndham out there, and you kind of get used to seeing Wyndham catching it. Summers will just pop out from nowhere. He's got great hands, and he can get a play. And we saw him do that a couple weeks ago against Crothersville, getting some great things going.
So it looks like the ball was actually spotted at the 3, handoff to McCullough. As he goes across the line for a touchdown, Bearcats. So with 5:24 to go in the first quarter, Dexter on the board first. 3-yard run by Wes McCullough. We'll see Dylan Acevedo line up for the kick. Kick is up. It's good. And that extra point brought to you by Missouri Southern Healthcare, who for over 40 years has taken pride in caring for you and your family, serving the community with 7 medical clinics in Dexter and Bloomfield, specializing in internal medicine, family practice, pediatrics, and general surgery. That's Missouri Southern Healthcare, hometown healing.
Well, as we saw in that drive, Ed, they have that big long strike they can get. Like I said, in that first drive, if Wyndham comes up with that, that's probably still going. Pirates could probably maybe found themselves down 14-0, but they were able to play some good defense, took that ball out of his hands just in time. But once again, we see how Dexter can come back, strike fast with a big play. They got some great receivers we've seen all year with Summers and Wyndham. Strong running back, with Hendricks and McCullough.
Hey, if you're liking what you're seeing here from the Bearcats, let us know about it. If you're watching the webcast or here on the screen, we're putting it up there to you. And shoot a quick email to us at sports@yhctv.com. We'd love to hear from you. Root these Bearcats on.
Yeah, I really like getting those emails. But, they're coming in live. Our producer there, Tyler Wagner, is able to tell us what's going on, and it's great. We'll read it right over there, and we really appreciate any good comments out there.
Dylan Acevedo with the kick. It's going to go in for the touchback. That's number 24 Lee Thaxton and 17 Ryan Cassinger back for the Pirates. They just let it go into the end zone there. So it's always fun to hear from our friends at home, Bill, and but some of my friends here in Dexter who've taken advantage of home couch leisure viewing the last couple of weeks due to the rain and the cold. Well, this is just a beautiful night for football. So
it was a great crowd.
Scott Chester sitting in his recliner. He better not be telling us about it, or Dave Ellinghouse, either one. They ought to be out here in person rooting on these Bearcats. So, but we got a great crowd out for senior night with the band and everything, and there's even quite a few green over there. So Perryville travels well. So this time handoff to number 10. That's Garrett Flingy. Good drive up the middle for a gain of about 6.
Well, with the momentum, you can feel the excitement coming off this Dexter sideline. I mean, they are excited. They're pumped. They're wanting to get right back at it. This point here, the Pirates need, for their ability to get something going, they need to take something out of Dexter right now. So they need to mount a drive, and I'm sure that's what they're focusing on doing right now.
From the wishbone, the handoff there to number catch that number, Bill, is number 20. Number 25. So that would have been Bowman, Jeff Bowman on that carry. Good run by the senior for a first down.
Yeah, he just took that quick handoff and just basically powered their way through for about 8 yards to get that first down. They're lining up in the full wishbone.
Handoff again to Bowman. This time met by number 44 for the Bearcats, Austin Featherston, for a short gain, maybe 1.
Yeah, linebacker crew there pretty well read that one. and just basically stepped up there, filled that hole. Wasn't much there left.
Great read there and great pursuit by Aaron Mace. He brings Bowman down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 1, maybe 2. Bring up 3rd and 10.
Well, right now, you know, the full bone offense is a great offense, and it is hard to stop a lot of times. But Dexter right now is just getting some good penetration and collapsing that around the guard area and allowing them to basically enter the backfield and stop anything from, really get going there for them.
Fumble. Got to be recovered. Looked like, well, the Bearcats were on it, but it may have come loose. It's recovered by the Pirates. But that's going to bring up 4th and a very long. So about 4th and 35 from the 10-yard line of the Pirates.
You know, Ed.
15-yard line of the Pirates, excuse me.
I thought he was trying to pass it, but being he wasn't outside of the tackles, and this is not pro or college, I believe that was intentional grounding is basically what that was, because I don't believe there's a receiver in sight.
Again, Mitchell looked for with the punt. Jake Cox on the reception. Cuts it back up the middle of the field. He's got a lane. And he's brought down at the Pirate 32-yard line, so a great return by Jake Cox. And the Bearcats are going to maintain that momentum with a great field position with 2:34 to go here in the first quarter, and the lead 7-0.
You know, that's one thing that's always been exciting all year with the Bearcats, Ed, is the special teams. When you punt to them, anything can happen dangerously to you when you're punting it. They have some great backs who are very confident in catching that ball. And we've seen great returns all year long out of Dexter.
All right, so Mills under center, I formation again. Sean Slavin's in at fullback. Pass just a little high that time for Hedrick. Just couldn't quite haul that one in.
Yeah, but he had to go up for it a little bit, left his feet, and you leave your feet, you lose all your power, and he just wasn't able to bring it on in. I still look for Morgan to have a great game tonight, though. He wants to get some things back, and
we're going to have a procedure call there. Movement on the line by the Bearcats. Back them up 5 yards.
You know, that's one thing I'm sure Coach Pixley doesn't want to see. Any coach wouldn't want to see that. You got some momentum going. You got great field positioning. Let's not see that yellow flag on the ground anymore. You know, we hadn't seen anything towards Wyndham here lately.
Pass complete to Summers. He goes low to catch the ball down at the reception. So just great gain of probably about 12. Going to be about 3rd and 3.
Yeah, about 3rd.
So another great catch by Nick Summers.
Yes. What I'm waiting, I'm sure what they're doing is setting up the Pirates, where they have to keep focusing on Summers. You're going to see something swing back over to Wyndham
Absolutely.
here pretty soon. Wyndham will put it in the end zone if you're not careful.
There's McCullough. He's met at about the first down marker. So we'll see how he gets the spot.
You know, on that field positioning, I wouldn't care if it's 4th and about inches. I'm going for it. This is 4th down territory.
Absolutely. Well, it's going to be a first down for the Bearcats at the Pirate 22-yard line. Minute 42 to go here in the first quarter. Bearcats maintaining that momentum and, more importantly, utilizing that clock as well. Fake to McCullough. Mills looks. He's got Summers open across the middle. Touchdown. Dexter Bearcats. Mills to Summers for a 22-yard completion. And with a minute 24 to go, the Bearcats are on top 13-0.
I say Mills had his choice there. Wyndham also doing a little curl out there deep, and but that was something we don't see Summers do a whole lot, coming back across the middle on a deep slant. And basically, I don't know if he just decided to do that himself or that was a design play, but
okay,
nice catch though. But Mills had two people he could look off to easily.
Flag on the play. Encroachment against the Pirates looks like got to be declined, or at least the distance declined. So Acevedo line up again for the kick. Kick is up. No good. So that point after attempt brought to you by Missouri Southern Healthcare, who for 40 years has taken pride in caring for you and your family, serving the community with 7 medical clinics in Dexter and Bloomfield, specializing in internal medicine, family practice, pediatrics, and general surgery. That's Missouri Southern Healthcare, hometown healing. So again, want to remind you, let us hear what you think of the game. Email us at sports@yhctv.com as the Bearcats are on top here in the first quarter, 13-0. Well, Bill, we talked in the pregame about the importance for the Bearcats to get out to a quick lead and that they seem to maintain their momentum and they play better ball. Or so far this year, they played better ball.
Yeah, we've seen
they were on top.
The either the second and or third quarter curse on the Dexter Bearcats, where they got to stay focused. Excuse me there, and but it seems like either it's the second or the third quarter. It always comes back to haunt them. They've got to be able to stay focused and stay on their game.
So Acevedo with the kick. Return there by number 17, Ryan Cassinger. Good return out to about the Pirate 25-yard line.
Really, it was a decent little return, but actually Bearcats did a super job on the coverage on that, because he took that back through a lane, and normally that lane is open, can be open if you're not feeling right. So Dexter did a great job on the coverage on that.
Okay, so a minute 17 to go here in the first quarter. Let's see what the Pirates come out with. Number 4, Kirk Hadler under center. Staying in that wishbone. It's time to come across. Number 10, Garrett Flingy on the carry for a gain of about 3.
Well, when they were out there in that wishbone before, they were taking it back to the right, taking it back to the right. They really weren't finding anything. They was getting over penetration by the defense, pretty well stopping it before it ever get out, but they came back to the left now, and they found a little groom there now.
So actually a gain of 5 there, so we tick down under a minute now. Hadler back to pass. Intercepted. Number 44, Austin Featherston on the tip. So just great defense there by number 89, Nate Watkins, and tipped the ball up, and Featherston was able to haul it in. So with 33 seconds to go in the first quarter, the Bearcats are going to take over on the Pirate 35-yard line.
Well, he was trying to thread it in there to tight. There's some great coverage there. His receiver was open, and we've seen it. We've seen that all year where somebody's been able to thread it in there, but that was some. It was a great response by the defensive backs of Dexter to stay focused on that, come up with that pick on there.
That time the linebacker, Andrew Martin, telling Wes McCullough not going to have anything to do with it on this play. So
I'm going to tell you right now, that wasn't just by luck. I just happened to be watching him, and he read that all the way, and he just basically had a great blitz. The defensive line did a great job, getting taking care of that offensive line, and he just read it all the way. And give him credit for recognizing his keys there.
This is your senior leader out there on the field. And that's going to end the first quarter. So after the first quarter of play, it's the Dexter Bearcats 13, the Perryville Pirates 0. We're going to take a quick break to hear a word from our sponsors. You're watching live Dexter Bearcat football on YAC TV, Channel 21 on your New Wave Communications cable.
At MHJ Insurance Agency, you are a valued customer and friend. We still believe in old-fashioned service and can help with all your insurance needs. Auto, home, boat, business, farm, life and health, just to name a few. Protecting your hard-earned assets is no child's play. We'll work hard to find you the best coverage at the best price. MHJ Insurance Agency, modern technology with old-fashioned service. Free quotes, free service.
I'm a full-time wife and mom, and I also work as a substitute teacher. You can see why it seems impossible to get a college degree, but with Southeast Missouri State University's regional campuses, it really is within my reach. I can get a degree without leaving my hometown, and that's important when you have a family. Getting a college degree isn't easy, but Southeast makes it convenient.
Okay, we're back. As we start the second quarter again, Bearcats on top, 13-0.
As we saw earlier, their Pirates had a great job defensively.
He's got Summers open again for the reception and a touchdown. So about a 38-yard touchdown reception. Mills to Summers for the second throwing touchdown of the game.
Three touchdowns.
Wes McCullough went the first one in.
Right.
But Summers had
Summers got him in
47-yard reception to set it up. So Mills and Summers are clicking on all cylinders right now. So just 11 seconds into the second quarter, Bearcats are on top, 19-0. And we'll see if Aaron Mace brings a play, and they'll go for two.
Well, we've seen Summers make some good, great plays this year. But he is on fire tonight. He's making some great catches. It's just unbelievable tonight.
And off to McCullough. Looks like he's going to be short. So that point after attempt brought to you by Missouri Southern Healthcare, who for 40 years has taken pride in caring for you and your family, serving the community with 7 medical clinics in Dexter and Bloomfield, specializing in internal medicine, family practice, pediatrics, and general surgery. Missouri Southern Healthcare, hometown healing. Also, again, want to remind you, if you're liking what you're seeing from the Dexter Bearcats, email us at sports@yhctv.com. Tell us what you think of the game and what you think about the Bearcats this evening. Going back to the touchdown there, Bill, it looked like that was really set up when Mills rolled to his right. Just great pass coverage by the line, but also his back's picking up the rush.
Summers got about a two-step.
It gave Summers time to get past the defense of that play to set up, and then Mills just did a great job getting the ball down the field to him.
Yeah, defensively, the Pirates were doing a great job, actually. Just Summers just got about a step and a half on him and made a just unbelievable catch to haul it in.
All right, great. Thank you, Brett. Got his first quarter stats from Brett Dorton. As always, we appreciate his assistance. We'll be trying to feed those into you here in the coming between plays a little bit. As I was reminded last night by my good friend Darren Hillis, as you guys are watching this game, you see what's going on. We don't have to tell you every little bitty bit. So we'll be sharing some of those stats with you during the game and the play here in the second quarter. So, again, great kick by Dylan Acevedo. Received there by number 22, Jared Hotop. As the Pirates, well defended by the Bearcats, and the Pirates are going to start on their own 20-yard line, maybe 21. So with 11:42 to go, I want to remind everybody again, it's 19-0. We got the score right there at the top of your screen. Bearcats working very well this evening. Bill, did you get a chance to review any of those stats
yes.
yet?
I was just looking at this real quickly. The Bearcats have 8 first downs. The Pirates is first. But one of the biggest things to point out is the net yard passing. Bearcats with 127 yards to zero passing yards by the Pirates.
So what we saw last week with a very wet field and a very speedy Eagle defense, the passing game really didn't develop well. Week before that, again, very wet and messy, and Mills had a little trouble getting the pass going. So
here's one that might really stun you. Total yards, 2 yards by the Pirates. That's over offensive yards to 156 yards by the Bearcats. Of course, most of that's all been through the air, as I mentioned earlier, with 127 yards through the air. Mills and Summers just been connecting, having a great night so far.
Okay, we got a timeout on the field. We're going to take a quick break to get a word in from our sponsors. I want to remind you you're watching live Dexter Bearcat football from Charles Bland Stadium on YAC TV.
Folks, if you've not been to the Winchester Place, come in and take a look at this facility. You don't know what you have missed.
We are very proud of this facility. A lot of people do not realize we're here, what we can offer to them, and what a facility we have. And we would like to have people come by anytime and tour us. You won't find a better place to live or better staff to take care of you anywhere southeast Missouri. I'll guarantee it.
We are located at 400 Winchester Drive. Come down Bowman and we sit on the corner of Bowman and Winchester.
Sometimes we just need to stop what we're doing and look around. We need to be thankful for what we have, where we live, and the quality of life we enjoy. Hi, I'm Jack Huffman, and on behalf of First Midwest Bank, we want to thank you for allowing us to be part of such a wonderful community. Proud to be a Bearcat sponsor, First Midwest Bank.
Go Bearcats!
Okay, we're back. 2nd and 6 for the Pirates. They're in the wishbone. Handoff. Looked like number 25. Jeff Bowman for the first down.
Yeah, that was just some really powerful running there. He just basically earned those yards. Got himself set up with the first down.
So with 11 minutes to go, or just under 11 minutes to go in the second quarter, want to take a moment. We got Bill Hampton in the press box with us tonight. We've missed him the last couple of weeks since he's taken up duties down at Pittsburgh, in Piggott with the Mohawks and stuff. But want to take a moment also to wish Bill and his lovely wife Connie a happy anniversary. I believe they've been together 38 years, which Connie doesn't look like she's old enough to have been married for 38 years. But everybody in Southeast Missouri knows Bill and Connie. They certainly understand why Bill stayed married to her, but it's still the question out as to why she did to him. So in all fun and kidding aside, congratulations, Bill and Connie. Also want to say thanks for letting me be a part of it. So we got 2nd and 11 for the Pirates. Pitch out to number 10. It's Garrett Flingy. He's brought down by number 88, Jacob Lee.
And what I'm seeing tonight is some of the best flow to the ball, pursuit angles that I've seen Dexter do all year. I mean, they're really being aggressive. They're getting flatter on down that line, and you got the backside flowing now. And that's huge, and they're coming up strong. It's something that we hadn't seen. We'd seen them doing it individually, but team-wise doing a great job.
Tipped in. Oh. Tried to do a little flea flicker going on there. The ball was tipped by Tyler Bachelor, but he just couldn't haul the tip back in. So it's going to bring up 4th and 11 for the Pirates.
That can be a dangerous play depending on what happens. It can be dangerous to the defense if it's completed. It can be dangerous to the offense if it's picked. It's one of those that just draws you over. And, Dexter's really on it tonight. They're really focused on what they're doing. And like I said, I believe they're really coming around full circle. And it's really been an exciting game. The people have come out. The people are watching it on the website and television are really getting a great game here.
Looking for with the punt. Jake Cox back deep. He's good. Ball did go out of bounds before Jake was able to pick the ball up. So it'll be a Bearcat football on their own 36-yard line. With 9:09 to go here in the first half. Bearcats on top, 19-0.
You know, touching on some of those stats again, and you know, Gary Summers, we was talking about how many yards how well he's been doing. He had 117 yards receiving in the first quarter. That's just, you know, outstanding by anybody.
On 4 catches.
On just 4 catches, yes. Do the math on that one.
Cullen with the handoff. He cuts it back up in the middle as he's hit hard by number 25, Hotop. Excuse me, that's Jeff Bowman, number 25 for the Pirates. Just a great hit on McCullough.
Yeah, Bowman really came up and really made some contact. You know, the strong runner McCullough is. Bowman coming up like that, you know, that's a collision right there.
Great pursuit there by the Pirates. Number 2, Andrew Martin on the tackle. Loss of about 1, so it'll bring up 3rd and 7.
Well, Andrew Martin, he's one of the captains tonight for the Pirates, and you know he's doing a great job leading his team. If you know earlier in that last drive, he come up, read his keys perfect, made a great tackle in the backfield, doing a great job at middle linebacker leading his team. But we're seeing some great enthusiasm out there by both sides. The Pirates are certainly not out of this game at this time.
Pass across the middle to Ryan Wyndham, incomplete. It was defended by number 22, Jared Hotop. So Mills trying to thread it in there, and he had an opportunity for it. Just great defense there by the Pirates, and Wyndham not able to haul it in.
Well, you know, last night, Ed, I kind of caught a little bit of a game last night, college level, and an 18-point, or in this case, 19-point lead sometimes is not always a secure thing. So, you know, Dexter can't sit back and enjoy this. They've got to keep playing to win and not play to lose. That's the key point.
Acevedo with a good high kick. Fair catch called for by number 28.
You know, I've seen
28 on my roster here.
I've seen teams, you know, they'll get a great lead going, and they'll start playing not to lose instead of continuing to play to win. And you get complacent and you get out of your rhythm, and a team can come back on you, and then it's very hard to get back in that. So you never be satisfied with the score.
7:47 to go here in the second quarter. Pirates going to take over on their 34-yard line.
You know, taking a look at the Pirates is obvious they got some athletes out there, and you've got to respect that. You got to keep coming after them and not give them the opportunity to get back up on you.
Hand off to Hotop, number 22. Well defended by the Bearcats. Tackle there by number 88, Jacob Lee. New quarterback there for the Pirates. Number 10, Garrett Flingy taking over as quarterback now.
Yeah, Gary out there, he's a junior. They did have number 4, Kirk Hadler, who's a sophomore out there.
This time they hand off to Jeff Bowman, who breaks a couple of tackles, spins away from one, but still ultimately brought down at the line of scrimmage by Jacob Lee for the Bearcats. Bringing up 3rd and long, 3rd and 9. The clock continues to tick. Under 7 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, we've seen Jeff Bowman out there on defense doing a super job, and pretty tough runner right there. He really had nowhere to go, and but he still grabbed up a yard there.
Pass intended for number 2, Andrew Martin, across the middle. I think it would have been short of the first down. Martin had to go low to catch it, but he did not. So it will be 4th and 9.
That's hard to say on that pass. It had been just a little higher, might have been a pick, but same time it was a tight squeeze in there. He may have been able to pull that off. It had just been a little higher.
Looking for a back to kick. Jake Cox back to receive.
Gonna get a little bit of a pirate roll there.
Jake is attacking that ball. He's not been able to catch it in the air, but once it hits the ground, he's been going after it. After a couple of quick runs, he's excited to get that ball, and he wants to get it, try to bring it on down the field. So with 6:10 to go in the second quarter, Bearcats going to take over just the Pirates side of their 35-yard line.
Well, the last couple of punts that the Pirates they've done a pretty good job on the coverage, not allowing Dexter to get a good field position, even though, and the punt itself has been great. So they've been doing themselves a favor, but they've got to find that solution to shut down Summers. But the problem is with that, they shut down Summers. I'm sure that Wyndham is going to pop open, and he's just as equal as a threat at any point.
Okay, so with 5:46 to go in the second quarter, we got a timeout on the field. We're going to take a quick break to hear a word from our sponsors. You're watching live Dexter Bearcat football on YAC TV, Channel 21, and your New Wave Communications cable.
Right now, Case IH is offering 0% for 60 months plus 0 down on any Farmall tractor. Or 0 payments for 6 months.
Or
a free loader worth up to $6,000.
Or
buy the loader and finance the whole package at 0%.
And how do I know if Farmall is right for me?
We have models ranging from 31 to 105 horsepower. They're great for tons of applications.
Like?
Livestock farms.
Keep going.
Poultry, horses, golf courses,
no.
Stadiums, highway mowing,
no.
landscaping.
Yes.
See your Case IH dealer, Baker Implement Company, with 9 convenient locations.
At Bagby Investment Consultants, we provide 3 main services to our clients. Investment management. You will have access to first-class institutional investment managers from around the world. Investment advice. We have 3 investment advisors with a combined experience of over 48 years. Financial planning. Our financial planners and paraplanner can help you with your retirement, college, estate, and tax planning needs. Come learn about the difference we can make. Let us help you reach for your dreams.
Okay, we're back. Hand off to McCullough. Good defense there by the Pirates.
Well, that was one of the shortest runs McCullough's made tonight.
That was a Cale Riegelsparger getting in on the play there. Excuse me, it may have been number 17, Ryan Cassinger, coming in from the around the end there.
That's something with McCullough. He's usually pretty good for about 3 or 4 yards of carry. Very tough runner to bring down. We kind of look back at last week. It kind of got what Dexter out of sync was some big plays that hurt him. Now this week, Dexter's come back with the big plays that's hurt the Pirates.
Pass intended for Hedrick, overthrow. Hedrick defended there by Ryan Cassinger.
Yeah, that was a great job by the Perryville. They stayed in his line of sight. He couldn't see it, and really good job defensively. And like I was saying earlier, Dexter's come out. They've hurt Perryville with some big plays, immediately put themselves in a good position to score, and they've taken full advantage of it. Now that is the plus side, taking advantage of that situation.
Pass overthrown to Wyndham. Good defense there by the Pirates. So bring up 4th and 8. Bearcats bring the punt team on.
With Wyndham coming across there in the middle, I did see Summers on the outside. I didn't have an opportunity to see what type of route he was running, but it seemed like he had all the defenders in front of him, and he may have been open at a point. Maybe Mills wasn't able to see him there.
Fair catch call for by number 17, Ryan Cassinger. Well defended on the high punt by Dylan Acevedo. So the Pirates are going to take over with just under 5 minutes to play here in the second quarter. 4 minutes, 58 seconds. Pirates to take over on their 36-yard line.
Yeah, the Pirates are going to start out here decent field position. Dexter needs to make sure that this momentum doesn't swing back towards, away from them. They're going to have to come out. I think that was one of the first offensive or second offensive series that they got shut down on there.
Handoff to 25, Jeff Bowman. He was met in the backfield by number 86, or 88 rather, Jacob Lee. Gain of about 3. Or excuse me, no gain. Yeah, thanks, Greg. Cameraman reminded me to keep talking, as I said a couple weeks ago. If I say enough things, eventually something I say will be true. I'd like to thank Greg Schwartz behind the camera. We always like it when he comes down from Cape Girardeau to join us here in the evenings. Pass intercepted by number 11, Hunter Bruce. Intended for number 24, Lee Thaxton. But pass there from Flingy, just a little underthrown, and Hunter just did a great job of stepping in front and going down and grabbing that ball up.
Well, there's a name we haven't called lately was for a while was Hunter Bruce there.
Yes.
He started out season pretty strong. We were calling his name. Well, he's really come excited tonight. He's a senior, and these seniors are, are really pumped up. They're, last regular season game on this field, and they are making every, getting everything out of it they can.
Mills back. He's looking at wide open. Austin Featherston coming around the end there and out in the. So a 52-yard pass play. Mills to Featherston this time as the Pirates were converging on Wyndham and Summers. And Featherston just took off down toward the post and wide open.
Yeah, they just, it was like he come out of there and just basically it's not someone they have gone to in the past. And
just a great
ignored
executed play there by the Bearcats. So with 4:01 to go, Bearcats on top 25-0. They'll go for the 2-point conversion again this time. Mills to Summers, and he walks on in for the 2-point conversion. It's 24:01 to go in the second quarter. 27-0, Bearcat lead. That 2-point conversion brought to you by Missouri Southern Healthcare, who for 40 years has taken pride in caring for you and your family, serving the community with 7 medical clinics in Dexter and Bloomfield, specializing in internal medicine, family practice, pediatrics, and general surgery. That's Missouri Southern Healthcare, hometown healing. So if you're liking what you're seeing from the Bearcats, let us know about it. Email us at sports@yhctv.com. Tyler just got an email from our friends up in Manhattan, Kansas. Karen Blomberg, faithful listener and viewer on the webcast. Need to tell her happy birthday next Friday. She'll be celebrating her birthday. We will be in Kennett, or the Bearcats will be in Kennett, so we won't have the broadcast. So we won't be able to tell Karen hi and happy birthday on her birthday. Either way, somebody's enjoying the camera work, Greg. So, wait, excuse me. That's sent from Greg's cell phone. So, Greg letting us know he enjoys the camera work he's doing for us here at the game. We appreciate him being here. Greg, are you allowed to do that on camera? Dylan with the kick. High kick. Ryan Cassinger on the reception. He turns it up. Middle of the field, spins away from a tackle, but he's met by the kicker. Dylan Acevedo with the big hit on Cassinger. He's brought down at the 25-yard line. So with 3:53 to go in the first half, the Pirates are going to take over on their own 25-yard line. wanting to mount a sustained drive, get some points on the board, I'm sure, before the half, as they will also be receiving the ball when we come in for the third quarter. Flinchy with the ball and a tackle there by Dick Summers for a gain of 2. Bring up 2nd and 8. 3:47 to go here in the first half.
I'm really looking forward to these halftime stats, Ed. It's very impressive, the numbers that Dexter's been putting up. Oh, Perryville.
Like they altered the snap count just a little bit there, and
they
couple
either
Bearcats
long count or a hard count there, kind of drew him off. And as excited as the Dexter Bearcat defense is, it was most likely that was going to happen at least once or twice tonight.
So encroachment on the Bearcats, that'll be a 5-yard penalty. So now a 2nd and short for the Pirates. So we still have Flingy in his quarterback. He'll hand off to Bowman for the first down.
Ball from the ball carrier. Carrier brought down by number 33, Nick Summers.
Ball underthrown.
Yeah,
Mike Martin, Andrew Martin, the intended target.
Yeah, they had tremendous pass rush going there. And at first, actually, I thought they were setting up for a screen as easily they came through, but
great pursuit there by the Bearcats.
Oh, yeah. The Bearcats have been doing a super job defensively in the backfield. Covering the receivers very well out of the backfield, and hats off to them. With a couple picks they've had tonight, and just to remind the folks again, on Sunday at 4 p.m., catch the replay on the webcast and on Channel 21 YHC TV, and enjoy this game. It's been a great, exciting game for the Bearcats so far.
Clock kicks down under 3 minutes now in the first half. This time Flingy going to keep. He's brought down behind the line of scrimmage by number 22 and 35, 22 Tyler Bashford, and 35 Aaron Mace. Bring a 3rd and long, 3rd and about 13, 14.
Well, the Pirates scheme there, they put the wideouts, they put twins over there on the short side of the field, and then showed motion back towards the short side of the field, basically trying to probably just give the look of a handoff, inside handoff around the corner, and it was just a quarterback keeper, and Dexter did a good job. They didn't fall for it, stayed on their keys, and allowed no gain with it.
This time the screen, middle screen to Martin, but snuffed out and brought down by 35 and 45. 45 Sean Slavings and 35 Aaron Mace. Slavings with the big hit on that tackle. Bring up 4th and about 10 for the Pirates with 1:35 to go here in the first half.
Well, the Pirates are going to have to focus on slowing down this Dexter offense here, because as fast as Dexter's been striking, they definitely don't want to go in, down. This is going to end up short field, too.
So punt by Flange, not returned. It's down at about the Bearcat 42-yard line. Bearcats almost a little bit of trouble there, not seeing where the ball's coming down and bouncing around. A couple of Bearcats ran right by it. Luckily, we didn't get touched with the ball there.
Well, it must come off the side of his foot or something because he'd been punting it really well. And I'm sure they were thinking it was going to go deep, too. And it just hit the ground and thud. Didn't do anything.
So a minute 14 to go here in the half. Hand off to McCullough. Still take it off right tackle for a gain of about 3. The clock continues to tick.
I think Coach Pixley's going to play it safe. He's going to keep it on the ground. He's going to put the ball in the best runner's hands and just ground this out, go in at halftime. And I'm sure he's going to be talking about let's stay focused, guys. Got a whole other half to play. And we can score that much. The Pirates can score that much. So,
well, as we say, we're going to watch them do a lot of handoffs. They go back to throw, and Mills looking deep. Oh! For Summers intended. It looked like Wyndham may go up to get it, and then it went past 3 Pirates. And Summers, there's just enough, somewhere between the 8 hands in front of him. Lost sight of it just enough, and off his tip.
Summers just about pulled off another great catch. Now, Coach Pixley did do the right thing there. If you are going to throw it deep. If it is picked, you most likely are going to be able to keep them deep.
Yes.
You don't want to be throwing any shallow slants there midfield and get a pick there and take it back for 6.
Okay, play clock down to 5. Mills going to just keep it. He's met at the line of scrimmage by number 51, Caleb Ferries, and number 77, Jack Meyer. So with 20 seconds to go here in the half, as we're waiting for the ball to be set, now down to 15.
I think Coach Pixley's going to be
Fourth
satisfied.
Down.
Just take it on in.
But the Bearcats don't have to do anything with it. Okay, 2-1. And that's the first half with the Dexter Bearcats on top, 27-0. We're going to hear a quick word from our sponsors, and we'll be back with some halftime stats and other conversation. Again, you're watching live Dexter Bearcat football on YAC TV, Channel 21, and your New Wave Communications cable.
At Allen Christian and Dexter, customer satisfaction is our #1 concern before and after the sale. With my dad, my brothers, and our experienced sales staff, your buying experience will be made simple.
We'll get you the right vehicle at the right price.
Our selection of Buick, Pontiac, and GMC is second to none. Take a look at our inventory online, or even better, right here on the lot.
Plus, after the sale, we will take care of all your service needs.
With over 50 years of experience, you'll like the way we do business at Allen Christian and Dexter.
At First National Bank, we believe in the communities we serve and are investing in those communities every day. First National Bank is committed to delivering excellent customer service. At FNB, our deposit cutoff time is our closing time, no 2 p.m. cutoff. FNB offers free online banking and bill pay. And we have loans available for all your needs with lenders who make local decisions. First National Bank, a local banking experience dedicated to the communities we serve.
Okay, we're back as you see the Dexter Bearcat cheerleaders performing. As we also see right below us here the marching Bearcats getting ready to come onto the field. So we're going to entertain you with the marching Bearcats this evening, and then we'll be back in a little while with your halftime stats.
You're good. Looks good. Go Bearcats.
Langston Bulldogs on top of Papa Bluff. Help that.
Southeast Missouri, home of the Marching Bearcats. Tonight's show features selections from the Broadway musical Wicked, and at the conclusion of the halftime show, Bearcats will perform with the middle school Marching Bearcats their parade tune, Evil Ways. So sit back and enjoy the sights and sounds of the 2009 Marching Bearcats.
Perryville, 37.
Which is Elphaba and Glinda and Wizard of Oz. Is your band ready?
None for Perryville. 3 for Dexter, 20 yards. Fumble returns, interceptions, big interceptions from Morgan County. That's fine. I think it doesn't follow the rules, so we can.
Dexter Marching Bearcats, you may take the field for your performance.
heat and grip at the same time.
How about another round of applause for the Marching Bearcats? The Bearcat fans would like to thank you for your attendance and appreciation. We would especially like to thank the administration, board, and community businesses for their wonderful support of our program. You've been an integral part in helping our band become one of the premier bands in the state.
Okay, you're hooked up and ready to go.
New Wave knows you're excited about sports, so now's a great time to get connected with the Triple Play Package. Crystal clear TV, high-speed internet, and telephone for only $99.99 a month for 12 months. With New Wave Communications, you've got game.
Okay, we're back. Great performance there by the Marching Bearcats. Got about 2.5 minutes before the second half kickoff. Real quick, Bill, overlooking some of the halftime stats. What jumps out real quick there is the net passing yards. 179 yards through the air for Ben Mills. As I flip over here and take a look at receiving, Gary Summers with 117 of that, but Austin Featherston with the big 52-yard pass for the touchdown, and Morgan Hedrick with the reception also tonight for 10 yards. So Gary Summers on receiving, 4 for 117 yards, 2 TDs, and Austin Featherston 1 for 52 yards and a touchdown. Ben Mills overall 6 of 13, 3 touchdowns, long pass there of 52, no interceptions. So offensively, Wes McCullough, 11 attempts on 34 yards for 34 yards. 43 yards on the ground for the Bearcats, but the passing attack of Mills to Summers pretty well has negated the reason to have a running attack.
Yeah, and if that one pass would have been completed, which wasn't, I'm okay, thanks. Which wasn't very far away from being completed. It had been well over 220 some yards on passing. So, you want me to take that over? And the score pretty well reflects, looking at the Perryville Pirates on the, they're looking at just total yardage. Extremely low. It's just been some big plays by Dexter controlling the tempo of the game. Dexter has 9 first downs in the first half compared to 3 by the Pirates. Total yards passing, just looking at that, is 179, as you said, to 3. And then total offensive yards, 216 to 19. So, there has been the big plays that's, hurt the Pirates on the passing connection between Mills and Summers. And but once again, towards the end, we saw where the Pirates were playing some great defense, and Dexter wasn't getting the yardage that they had there in the first quarter and a half. So Dexter's going to have to come out, and they've got to get back on their game. They in any way don't want the Pirates to find that momentum that they had and start putting up points on them.
Okay, real quick, as the The referees talk it over with the captains again. Want to remind you that this second half kickoff is brought to you by Dexter Pizza Hut, located at 1113 West Business 60. You can call them at 624-5333, or you can order online. They're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to midnight. Serving pizza, Tuscany pastas, sandwiches, salad bar, and Wing Street wings, along with appetizers and fried apple pies. They have a lunch buffet Sunday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., and also on Wednesday evening, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Their buffet features all-you-can-eat pizzas, pastas, salad, and cinnamon rolls. You can dine in, carry out, or have delivery in the limited area is also available, or for your convenience, pick up at their drive-thru window. They will also be featuring the live broadcast and the replays of the Dexter Bearcat football games on the TVs in the restaurant. That's America's favorite pizza, Pizza Hut. So this quickly, defensively, well-rounded by the Bearcats. We had a couple of big plays with Austin Featherston with the interception, as well as Hunter Bruce. Then we also had Sean Slavings had a pass broke up a pass. So I was thinking, no, not yet, no sacks by the Bearcats. But as we mentioned right before the half, the Perryville Pirates are going to be receiving to open the third quarter. So as Dylan Acevedo gets the ball ready there on the tee.
Well, just looking at the leading tackler right now, you got Jacob Lee with 5 total tackles. Austin Featherston right behind him with 4, along with Aaron Mace, 4, and Sean Slavings, 4. Names that we're used to hearing, playing some great defense out there, Ed.
Absolutely. We'll have, for the Pirates, Cassinger back deep. So he's going to receive the kick. Pirates set up the wedge, and look at Aaron Mace just go bust that thing up right from the get-go. And then Cassinger met by a host of Bearcats, led there by number 34, Dylan Baggett. Flag on the play.
Cassinger on return to the Pirates. Brought down by number 34, Dylan Baggett. Penalty flag.
Holding on the Pirates, so we're going to back it up another 10 yards. So instead of a 1st and 10 on the Pirate 22,
penalty will be against the Pirates.
It'll be 1st and 10 from about the 12.
No, I'm looking to see the Pirates coming out. If they're going to be changing up anything. You know, we'd seen them in the true bone look, and they didn't have as much success with that. You know, I'm wondering if they're going to come back out here, maybe see something different, or even go to the air a little bit more, because you know, that's something they had tried and not had any success through the air that first half.
Okay, we got the sophomore Kirk Hadler back under center. See, hands off to Bowman. Bowman's been quite the workhorse for the Pirates so far this evening.
Well, they come out with that very tight bone look, very extremely tight. Usually that bone's a little more spread out so you can run a little more option with it. But they've really got the backs really crowded up in there, and that may prove a little more difficult to key for the defense right now. Going very short splits right now.
Trying to keep the ball tucked in and away. Hand off again to Bowman for a short gain or no gain. Bring up third, about 4. 3rd and 5 from the 15.
Well, they're coming out with the double tight look, very tight and short splits. Just basically going to play some power football.
Hand off to Garrett Flingy that time. Looks like it's going to be 4 first down.
Well, they're coming out with that double tight, short splits. So they're just basically coming out and going to tell Dexter, we're just going to run some power football. You know, 2 things can happen here. One, while you're running that, you're going to eat up clock. You're going to keep the ball away from Dexter's offense. It's been very high power. Plus, at any point, you have a back that finds that seam, he's gone. So, going to force Dexter to come up tight, and no one out there in the backfield.
Hand off again to Bowman.
Carry is
Brought down by Alex Cliff.
Yeah, they're going to force Dexter to put 9 up in the box. The only thing is, what could happen at any point is might see a tight end screen. You got to watch for that back coming out of the backfield. You just kind of lure somebody in with that, and all of a sudden somebody leaves the backfield and they're wide open on a deep slant across the middle, and next thing you know, you got 6 up on the board against you. So you got to be telling your defensive backs, stay awake, stay awake. Don't get basically focus too far on the running game. Be prepared to take anyone coming out of that backfield. Notice it. Don't go blind on yourself out there with that.
That was a flingy on the carry there. Previous play, tackled by Tyler Batchelor for a short game, bringing up 3rd and 6. So they stay in that tight bone, as you've been saying, Bill. Hadler rolling out, looking for Martin. So there's 3 Bearcats around him. He keeps it, but he's going to be short of the first down.
Adler kept himself.
Brought down by Slavings. Taylor Gerald. Bring up 4th at about 4.
Well, I really think he had more intentions of throwing that ball. The defensive back for Dexter, he jumped on that. The back, basically tight end coming off of there, and wasn't going to allow him to have the opportunity.
So Lucafaro with the punt. Jake Cox picks it up on the run. He's hit almost immediately by number 12, Cale Riegelsparger. So he's knocked out right the Dexter side of the 50-yard line. So 7:51 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Bearcats get the ball at the 50-yard line. So good defensive stand there by the Bearcats.
It was. They did a great job on recognizing, and I'm sure that was the intent of the Pirates, just basically try to ground, and all of a sudden try to pop something out there different. And Dexter responded well, and now set to start their first offensive series in this second half.
Good read by McCullough as he cuts it back up for a gain of about 8, maybe 9. Brought down by Jeff Bowman. So as the clock continues to run, 7:20 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Be 2nd and 2 from 42-yard line for the Bearcats. From the Pirates' 42-yard line. Quick pitch to Aaron Mace. He dives up the middle for a first down. He's brought down just the other side of the 40-yard line.
Brought down by number 51, Caleb Perry.
See the line and gain crew. They're moving the chains. Those guys have done a great job all year long, keeping us informed of what's going on. But line and gain crew, we may have mentioned them before, but that's Andy Riley, Bill Fisher, Mark Nee, and Jeff Burleson on the crew across the field.
Well, the Dexter offensive line is doing a great job getting low, keeping the defensive line down low. Gives the Bills any opportunity at any given time to get a pass off.
Hand off again to Mace. Brought down by number 68.
Of course, what it is, it sets up a great play action at any point. And
excuse me, that was 66, Bill Wyatt, Wyatt McAfee on the tackle. Wyndham brings the play in.
We hadn't seen Wyndham or anyone going to Wyndham here, I would suspect that at any given point might see Wyndham get involved here in the offense.
Incomplete. Mills intended for Summer at the 30.
We get an instant replay on that, Ed, because I really didn't think it touched the ground. It went right up under his hand went right up underneath it.
Looked good from our angle, but the guys in black and white.
Well, the ball
they're a
when
lot
it made
closer
contact,
and he was right there on it. So,
well, I'm going off the fact that all I heard was glove.
Yeah.
Ball hitting glove. I didn't see it touch that ground. So, unfortunately, we don't
have
have
those viewers
that.
who are Moxie DVR customers and New Wave Communications,
They can play it back.
They
and,
can do a
send us
little
an email.
pause and rewind that slow-mo. Send us a text at sports or an email at sports@yhctv.com. Let us know if that was a reception or not. Morgan Hedrick with the reception this time. No questions about that as he breaks 3 or 4 tackles and takes it up the near sideline to about the 15-yard line. Excuse me, almost the 10.
Well, that was really great. He come off that wide side of the field. He come across on about basically a shallow drag across the middle slant. And more of a drag, and Mills hit him perfect on the stride, and he just basically, and then you turn it up, and he got some great yardage out of that.
First and 10 from the 11. Mills back to pass. Wyndham across the middle. He's hit at 5 and brought down by number 66 and 77. That being Wyatt McAfee and assisted there by Jack Meyer.
We've seen Wyndham do that a lot. That's one guy that's not scared of hearing footsteps. He will sacrifice his body, bring it right across in a crowd, and so it certainly has a high percentage chance of catching it and turning it back up for score.
Hand off to McCullough as he goes off that right tackle. And he is across for a touchdown. So touchdown Dexter Bearcats with 4:56 to go here in the third quarter, bringing the score to 33-0. As we see Dylan Acevedo run out on the field, which means they'll probably be going for a 1 point.
Ed, offensive line don't get a lot of credit a lot of times, but at this angle as we were watching and the folks
the gaps were wide.
They did a great job opening that hole. They had a great push off of that, and it was a super job by them opening that hole up. McCullough just walking in there.
Kick is up, and it is good. So that extra point brought to you by Missouri Southern Healthcare, who for 40 years has taken pride in caring for you and your family, serving the community with 7 medical clinics in Dexter and Bloomfield, specializing in internal medicine, family practice, pediatrics, and general surgery. That's Missouri Southern Healthcare, hometown healing. So again, when I ask you to remind you, email us at sports@yhctv.com. Let us know what you think about the game. Dexter Bearcats executing very well this evening against the Perryville Pirates. Score 34-0, just under 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Well, that offensive line of Hendricks, Morgan, Moore, McCoy, Lacey, and Bollinger, super job by them this whole series. Working hard, keeping the drive alive at 1 point, and putting 6 up on the board. Wasn't for that line, you're not going to be running, you're not going to be passing. So my hat's off to the offensive line there. Dexter doing a super job there blocking.
So Dylan Acevedo with the kick. Lee Thaxton on the reception. And the return, good run. Brought down by the kicker, Dylan Acevedo. So good hustle on Dylan's effort part to bring Thaxton down at the 30-yard line of the Perryville Pirates. Bill, at halftime, earlier on the newscast today, Tyler and I were talking about another key district matchup this evening over at Poplar Bluff with the Sykeston Bulldogs meeting the Poplar Bluff Mules. Did get an email at halftime with Sykeston on top 6-0. So a good tight game there at week 2 of district play there at Poplar Bluff. So Sykeston Bulldogs undefeated on the season. Bearcats the Mules only 2 losses. So
I'm sure that's a physical game, and I can't say much less than this game. This has been a very physical game. The score indicates, is not really an indication of how physical this game's been.
Yeah.
Dexter's able to get 3 huge, big plays that, got them 3 extra scores up there. And, but physical-wise and, you couldn't tell. If you couldn't see the score, you'd think this is probably a pretty well evened out game right now.
Get Jeff Ballman on the carry. Gain of about 3, maybe 2. The senior Hunter Bruce on the tackle. The clock just continues to tick, Bill. Clock is a friend of the Bearcats at the moment.
Well, both teams came out and they were grounding and out, and they're just eating that clock up right now. Perryville really needs to find an opportunity to start getting it downfield a little faster.
Flingy's with the carry, tackled by Sean Slavings. Gain of about 4, it looks like. Maybe 5, so it's going to be 4th and 2. Oh, my. I stand corrected. Referee calls first down. So I looking at the angle just a little wrong there, Bill.
Yeah, I was kind of confused too because the marker didn't move, and I was like, I was just kind of confused.
3 minutes to go, first
that.
down for the Pirates. Ball at their 40-yard line. Hand off again to Bowman as he fights for yardage. He's ultimately brought down by 24, Jake Cox, and also Austin Featherston on the tackle. Official timeout.
Yeah, we've got
Slavings comes off the field. Glad to see him walking off there on his own. Talking with Dr. Bobby Gibbon, team doctor there before the game. Okay, we're getting a quick, with it being the timeout, we're going to take a quick break. Well, now, Tyler, I know you said that, but they're coming right back. So I was saying we were talking with Dr. Gibbon right before the game, and talking just kind of shooting the breeze, but the last thing we said was that, Doc, we hope you have a very boring game. Because
oh, yes, always.
He really loves his football, and he loves being out here helping the kids, but we certainly don't want to see him have to do anything.
Yeah, certainly.
Hand off again to Flingy as he tries to turn the tide around the end. It's going to be a first down, brought down at the 50-yard line. Stayed in bounds, so the clock's going to keep running. See the line of game crew there. Quickly moving the chains. Okay, so with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, Perryville Pirates marching downfield. Good hard run by Bowman there for a gain of about 3. He's tackled by the Dexter Bearcats. Looked like Aaron Mace may have led the charge there for the Bearcats. Minute 37 ticking down now. 34-0 still.
Yeah, I'm really surprised at the score. It just seemed like a closer game than that. But like we said, we had, Dexter had those
passes.
4 great passes that got him in quick position to score, and that's just made the big difference there.
There's a quick pitch out to Flingy again.
Coach Pixley's got to be happy with the team right now. I mean, we've not seen them yet lose focus, during any certain period of time like we've seen in the past. That was one of his big concerns coming into this season anyway, was learning, teaching the younger kids to play 4 full quarters, and we've
they
seen
played
that coming around, and they've gotten to the point of accomplishing that.
They played an excellent third quarter here, not giving up any points yet. As you see there, it's Taylor Gerald there on the tackle. But clock ticks down to 20 seconds. Be 4th and long for the Pirates. But we've kind of seen the Bearcats come out after the half and struggle a bit in the third quarter a little bit this season. Tonight, that's not going to be the case.
No, they came out. They had the right intensity. I mean, they had to be put out there on defense right away, and they responded real well.
Yeah. So that ends the third quarter with the Dexter Bearcats on top, 34-0. We're going to hear a word from our sponsors. You're watching live Dexter Bearcat football on YAC TV, Channel 21 on your New Wave Communications cable.
At Allen Christian in Dexter, customer satisfaction is our #1 concern before and after the sale. With my dad, my brothers, and our experienced sales staff, your buying experience will be made simple.
We'll get you the right vehicle at the right price.
Our selection of Buick, Pontiac, and GMC is second to none. Take a look at our inventory online, or even better, right here on the lot.
Plus, after the sale, we will take care of all your service needs.
With over 50 years of experience, you'll like the way we do business at Allen Christian in Dexter.
Sometimes we just need to stop what we're doing and look around. We need to be thankful for what we have, where we live, and the quality of life we enjoy. Hi, I'm Jack Huffman, and on behalf of First Midwest Bank, we want to thank you for allowing us to be part of such a wonderful community. Proud to be a Bearcat sponsor, First Midwest Bank.
Go Bearcats!
Okay, we're back in the fourth quarter. Getting ready to start the fourth quarter. Be 4th and 9 for the Pirates. Just the Bearcat side of the 50-yard line. It seemed like, yeah, definitely from here on out it would be 4-down territory for the Pirates, being down 34-0. There's the pass. He's hit as he's thrown. Ball out of bounds. So the the Bearcats will take over on downs. That pass was intended to Ryan Cassinger, but again, the quarterback Hadler hit as he's throwing it. And the ball not reaching its intended target. So a good quarter there by the Bearcats. Bill, as you've had a chance to maybe look at that a little bit, I saw.
This is kind of
110 yards.
This is a little bit of a telltale sign here. First down wise, Pirates have had 5 rushing first downs compared to Bearcats 6. But the big thing was that the Bearcats have had 6 passing first downs to the Pirates 0.
Great catch by Hedrick there. Mills laid it right out there on the run. He just reached right in front of him, grabbed it up, hauled it in. This first down for the Bearcats to the 40-yard line of the Perryville Pirates.
Yeah, and of course that was stats from the just in that third quarter, but that's a pretty well telltale sign throughout the whole game is the passing first downs, and Dexter's been able to capitalize on that. Of course, getting it immediately deep in the Pirates' territory and then getting it in the end zone.
Hand off up the middle to Slavings as he breaks a couple of tackles, ultimately brought down there by number 77, Jack Meyer, after a gain of 5.
But looking down through there in that third quarter, you had total offensive plays so far at basically 38-35. The Pirates having the better, but total yardage though, Bearcats having 266 to Pirates 62.
Big hole for McCullough. He's met at about after the first down. Gain of about 6.
Well, Coach Bixley's going in this fourth quarter. He's not playing it safe. He's just, he's just going to basically come in and ground it out. He's got a 34-0 lead. He's going to come in, and he's going to force the Pirates to basically stop him. And, he's in a situation where he can do this now. He's got great runners. Of course, his offensive line's doing a good job right now, and he can feel pretty safe there.
Fresh set of legs in. Josh Overall for the Bearcats. He takes it around the left side and turns it upfield, but there's a flag on the play. It's going to be against the Bearcats. So
yeah, you don't want to get
on the Bearcats. So that negate the run and the gain of 9 yards along with it. Back it up, and it'll be 1st and 20.
Well, at the end of the third quarter, Ed, Mills had a total of 211 yards in the air with, of course, obviously Gary Summers leading that with 117 yards, and Austin Featherson with 52 yards on that one in the first half, but Morgan with 36, and Ryan Wyndham with that 6, but setting him up for that touchdown.
Mills pass to Ryan Wyndham. Gain of about 10 back to the original line of scrimmage. He is brought down by Jared Hotop, number 22 for the Pirates. 2nd and 11 now for the Bearcats. 9:45 to go in the ball game. Mace with the carry up the middle as he grinds out about 3 yards. Okay, we got an official timeout. We're going to take a break, hear a word from our sponsor. It is 34-0 Dexter Bearcats. You're watching live Bearcat football on YAC TV.
And folks, if you've not been to the Winchester Place, come in and take a look at this facility. You don't know what you have missed.
We are very proud of this facility. A lot of people do not realize we're here, what we can offer to them, and what a facility we have. And we would like to have people come by anytime and tourists. You won't find a better place to live or better staff to take care of you anywhere southeast Missouri. I'll guarantee it.
We are located at 400 Winchester Drive. Come down Bowman, and we sit on the corner of Bowman and Winchester.
At Bagby Investment Consultants, we provide 3 main services to our clients. Investment management. You will have access to first-class institutional investment managers from around the world. Investment advice. We have 3 investment advisors with a combined experience of over 48 years. Financial planning. Our financial planners and paraplanner can help you with your retirement, college, estate, and tax planning needs. Come learn about the difference we can make. Let us help you reach for your dreams.
Okay, we're back. Pass intended for Hedrick, it looked like. Incomplete. Bringing up 4th and 6 from the Pirate 24-yard line, 25-yard line. 4-down territory for the Bearcats.
Oh, yeah. Just looking to, eat up the time and preserve this lead right now.
Looking at Summers across the middle as he goes down to his knees, catches it. Pass complete for a 1st down.
And once again, we've seen that all night.
Looks like the Pirate 9-yard line, which would be 14-yard line.
All night we've seen Summers not really make conventional catches. They've just been, odd type catches, exciting catches.
Yes.
And, just pleasure to watch.
There's Overall on the carries. He turns it up. He's got a gap. As he leans for the goal line, he is down. Ball comes loose, as you see there, but referee calling him down at the 1. So no fumble, no touchdown.
Yeah, ground definitely caused that. He was down, he was tackled. Ground caused the fumble.
Looked like he was trying to reach out, but it looked like maybe the knees got to the turf before the ball got across the goal line there. So with 8:30 to go in the ball game, Bearcats knocking again. Inside handoff to Mace for the touchdown. So with 8:24 to go, touchdown Dexter Bearcats bring the score 40-0. As we'll see Dylan Acevedo hustle out on the field for the kick. Kick is up. And it is good. So with 8:24 to go, Dexter Bearcats 41, the visiting Perryville Pirates 0. That point after brought to you by Missouri Southern Healthcare, who for 40 years has taken pride in caring for you and your family, serving the community with 7 medical clinics in Dexter and Bloomfield, specializing in internal medicine, family practice, pediatrics, and general surgery. That's Missouri Southern Healthcare, hometown healing. Again, want to remind you, let us know what you think about the game. Email us at sports@yhctv.com. Tyler Wagner here, manning the BlackBerry. Let us know what you have to say.
You know, that was kind of a defeating situation when you had a 4th down and take it all the way to the goal line. And that was probably one of the, you know, other than the big plays on the passing, that was probably one of the most noticeable letdowns on defense that the Pirates actually had done. They'd just been hurt on those big plays.
Acevedo with the kick. Thaxton with the return. Runs into his own coverage team there, and he's brought down at the 21-yard line of the Pirates. So with 8:10 to go here in the 4th quarter, Pirates will take over on their 21-yard line.
We might have to be calling out some new numbers here pretty soon. I believe the coaching staff's getting ready to send in some younger players and be able to get to see them out there and get a little action time.
Tackle there by Slavings. Thaxton on the carry. Gain of about 3.
Literally on that.
So Thaxton, the ball carrier, again on the sweep, but he's met behind the line of scrimmage by the Bearcats. Will be a loss of maybe 1.
Well,
Bring up
we've seen
3rd and 8.
You know, the Bearcats, you know, play the. You know, that is one thing that they have really stepped up on their defense and responding so well through the basically all through each quarter. You know, we've seen the letdowns, you know, spots of it in like the 2nd or 3rd quarter, but they have played a solid defense all the way through this game, and something Coach Bixley can be very proud of, and you know, a great milestone to reach.
Hadler rolling out, looking to pass. Pass intended for Jake Double there. Just could not haul it in. So incomplete, bringing up 4th down for the Pirates from their own 21-yard line. We'll have Lukafar back to punt for the Pirates. Jake Cox to receive, or to return for the Bearcats. Time gets the kickoff. Out and away from Jake as it'll be down Brian Cassinger at the Bearcat 37-yard line. So with under 5.5 minutes to go, 5:20 to go in the ball game, Bearcats take over on their own 37-yard line.
Well, we're going to see the JV offense coming in, the junior varsity offense. Coach Pixley sending in. You know, that's his future out there. And he's going to get them some playing time, and we'll get a first look at him.
Okay, so that's going to be Cody Stevens in at quarterback. So,
yeah, he's Coach Pixley's up-and-coming sophomore quarterback, and get a chance to look at, this is a kid that's going to be stepping up next year as a starter with Mills leaving, and he's going to have some big shoes to fill, and good opportunity to get that, get out there and show what he's got.
Okay, the handoff to Overalls. He sprints around the end. He's got some room. He's tripped up from behind by number 66, Wyatt McAfee. Then Jacob Hotop finishing up with him out of bounds there. Flag on the play, though.
Well, even without that flag, overall.
Holding against the Bearcats. Sorry, Bill, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, even without that flag, or even with the flag, overall, he looks like he might, they're going to need somebody to replace McCullough, too. And he's actually got some speed. Really showed it there on the outside. And I don't really think that holding had anything to do with the yardage gained by him.
No.
He earned that pretty well himself. But, the folks out there watching this, Coach Pixley's been really high on his younger kids coming up. And very excited about that, and a solid senior group this year. And, we got some exciting more Bearcat football coming at you in the years.
Hand off again to Overalls. He's met at the line there by number 10, Garrett Flingy, but Flingy still throws him down for a gain of about 4.
Now, overall, it kind of looking like a mirror of McCullough there. Tough, strong, hard runner there. Maybe he's been going to the school running of McCullough there. Definitely been watching his senior, older, example there.
Dylan Baggett with the carry as he turns it around the end for the first down. Gain of about 10 yards on the carry. So that's the freshman, Dylan Baggett, in on the carry. So Coach Pixley getting a chance to showcase his sophomores and freshmen a little bit.
Well, I think Coach Pixley should be feeling pretty good that he's going to have some great kids coming in next year and replacing these great athletes that he's had as seniors, and should be feeling pretty confident about that.
Well, a flag was on the play again, Bill. I missed that. A holding against the Bearcats, so it brings the run back.
Well, you got
it's going to be 3rd and 12.
Yeah, that's expected. You got your younger kids out there, and they're probably a little bit nervous getting in there on the varsity game and trying to do their best and impress the coaches, and forgetting about some of their normal technique, not the reach, and keep the hands inside and run the feet.
The freshman Dylan Baggett on the run again, getting back about 7 of those yards to bring up 4th and about 5. Here's the clock ticks down to 1.5 minutes to go in the ball game. 4th and 3 from the Bearcat 45-yard line. Inside handoff to Nick Summers as he just keeps fighting and grinding. He was met at the line of scrimmage, Bill, and 12 yards later, he finally comes down. So just a good hard run by Summers. So the sophomores and freshmen showing that got a little heart there in the backfield. The clock now under a minute to play. Bearcats will have to hike. We'll have to have one more play. There's just enough time difference in the play clock and the game clock. Stevens will down it. We now tick down to 20 seconds. So Dexter Bearcats going to be victorious in week number 2 district play with a convincing and well-played game. 41-0 victory over the visiting Perryville Pirates. Congratulations to the Bearcats. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with final game stats. There you see it on your screen, 41-0 on the favor of the Bearcats tonight. You're watching live Dexter Bearcat football on YAC TV, Channel 21 on your New Wave Communications cable.
Right now, Case IH is offering 0% for 60 months plus 0 down on any Farmall tractor. Or 0 payments for 6 months.
Or
a free loader worth up to $6,000.
Or
buy the loader and finance the whole package at 0%.
And how do I know if Farmall is right for me?
We have models ranging from 31 to 105 horsepower. They're great for tons of applications.
Like?
Livestock farms.
Keep going.
Poultry, horses, golf courses,
no.
Stadiums, highway mowing,
no.
landscaping.
Yes.
See your Case IH dealer, Baker Implement Company, with 9 convenient locations.
I'm a full-time wife and mom, and I also work as a substitute teacher. You can see why it seems impossible to get a college degree, but with Southeast Missouri State University's regional campuses, it really is within my reach. I can get a degree without leaving my hometown, and that's important when you have a family. Getting a college degree isn't easy, but Southeast makes it convenient.
At MHJ Insurance Agency, you are a valued customer and friend. We still believe in old-fashioned service and can help with all your insurance needs. Auto, home, boat, business, farm, life and health, just to name a few. Protecting your hard-earned assets is no child's play. We'll work hard to find you the best coverage at the best price. MHJ Insurance Agency, modern technology with old-fashioned service. Free quotes, free service.
Okay, we're back. Again, the Dexter Bearcats victorious in week 2 of district play, 41-0. Convincing win over the Perryville Pirates. This sets the stage where the Bearcats control their own destiny. You know, it's going to take 2 wins to finish at least second in the district. And with 1 win now for the Dexter Bearcats, traveling down to the Kennett Indians next Friday. Perryville Pirates will be traveling to New Madrid County Central. So Perryville's task against New Madrid, I would think, might be just a little bit tougher based on records that going into this week, what New Madrid's been able to put up on the field versus what Kennett has done. So, but with 1 win now and 1 loss, they can go down to Kennett next week, and if they get away with a win, come out with a win, they'll have 2 victories, setting them up for one of the top 2 finishes in the district. And so with that, they'll get to move on and play the Wednesday following in the district playoffs. But a well-rounded game by the Bearcats this week, Bill. You had a chance there to look at a few of the stats. What really jumped out at you?
Well, what really jumped out was, you know, you look at the score and you think, well, this stat here would be deceiving. The Bearcats had 18 first downs total. And you're thinking, well, that's only 18 first downs. How they do something like that? And if you're watching the game, it was the big passing plays. They didn't have to earn a whole lot of first downs when they're knocking off 40 to 60-yard pass completions. Because looking at if you look at the individual on that, the Pirates had 5 first downs, but only all by rushing. Compared to Dexter's 10, but the passing. Where the Bearcats had 8 first downs on the passing, and the Pirates had none. And rushing attempts was deceiving also, where the Pirates had 34, Bearcats had 30. But then you look at the total yards rushing. You had 127 yards by the Bearcats, the 59 of the Pirates. Passing wise, Mills came out, passed for 242 yards. The Pirates only had 3 yards in passing. But one of the other stats that's always a telltale sign, where the Pirates had a couple drives going early in the game, which could have maybe kept the game close. But the 2 interceptions in the first half really ended the Pirates' chances of getting anything going before halftime. And, we've talked about it all year long. We always felt like, or Coach Pixley, had explained to us that, if he felt like he could have his team stay focused the whole 4 quarters of one game, he could definitely have a strong possibility of winning each of those games. And we have seen that, where they've kept reducing the amount of time where they had some trouble. And tonight we got to see a whole 4 quarters put together by the Dexter Bearcats.
Yeah, so again, a very convincing win by the Bearcats against the visiting Perryville Pirates, setting up a lot of excitement and anticipation for next week's game down in Kennett, Missouri against the Indians. So, Bill, again, as we mentioned in the pregame, this will be our last broadcast for this season, at least live for the football game, as YC will be gearing up for basketball season. Got a very entertaining and aggressive lineup for their basketball games. 53 games. They will be bringing the the Bloomfield Christmas Tournament live, all 26 games from the tournament live. Also, the Stoddard County Tournament in Dexter will be live. And so at least the championship game of the Stoddard County Tournament will be live. But also we're going to be, I'm assuming they're going to ask me to tag along. If not, I might just show up. But and Bill, I'll pick you up on the way. We're going to have games from all across the region, Missouri and Arkansas, Marmaduke and Rector, Arkansas. They'll be in Portageville, Holcomb, Malden, Gideon, Risco here in Missouri, Dexter, obviously, Bernie, and the tournament up at Bloomfield. So we're excited to bring the basketball game on the road to you. Again, want to say thanks to Dexter High School for allowing us to come in and be a part of the action here in the press box and giving us some space. So thank you very much. Corey Mauser always making sure we had space and stuff. Also want to thank our sponsors as I hid them. Here we go. But the sponsors that help YHC TV bring your football games, your home football games to you live, those being Allen Christian, Morse Harwell Giles Insurance, Bagby Investments, Baker Implement, Winchester Place, First Midwest Bank, Southeast Missouri State University, Malden Campus, First National Bank, and with the Extra Points, Missouri Southern Healthcare, and the Kickoffs, Pizza Hut. Also, of course, New Wave Communications, assisting YAC, great partnership we have there. Just want to remind you guys, tell all your friends, you're not going to get Hometown Sports, you're not going to get YHC TV with any of the dish satellite providers, whether it's DirecTV or Dish Network. New Wave Communications is the sole provider right now. We're happy to be able to bring this service. We're really proud of the job that Bill and Tyler do. Again, want to say thanks to Greg Schwartz behind the camera, Bill Straw, my counterpart, giving you some sanity on the football field, trying to decipher what I'm saying and make some sense of it all. So Krista also helping us get set up every week. Bill Hampton, senior producer. And by senior, we're strictly talking about age here. Nothing but it. But great friend. Again, Miss Connie, sorry about everything you got to put up with. So I'm Ed Gargis for Bill Straw. I've had a blast this season. Thank you much. You're watching YHC TV, Dexter Bearcat Football, Channel 21, New Wave Communications Cable.